G'day, Ardy McDowell from ontoaustralia.com. In this video, I'll show you how to find the best agents and education agents in Australia. The things we will cover in this video are: what does an agent do? What are the benefits and disadvantages of using an agent? How to choose the right education agent? Finding an education agent? Avoiding problems with education agents, and statistics on education agents in Australia. So what does an education agent do? Well, it's an advantage for you. You'll get, they will give you options for studying and options for living, like accommodation and transport. They will help you with your study and visa applications. So your applications with the school and also your visa application with the Australian government. And they will also give you up-to-date course information. So they should know what's happening with most of the schools. What are the benefits and disadvantages of using an agent? The benefits are that they will help you with your information overload. If you try and do it all by yourself, then it's going to be too much for you. So they can guide you in the right direction. They can help you with the application, and they have expert knowledge in the field, and most of them are free. Some of the disadvantages: they can be biased, meaning that they will only recommend the schools that they are associated with. They might not be qualified, and they're just, trying to trick you, or they will not be giving you showing you all the options available. Like I said, they might be biased. How to choose the right education agent. Okay, so a little bit of background. So education agents, they get commissions from the schools. This is how they make money. Any agent that represents a school must have a contract with that school. And the school must have a list of agents that they use. So this makes it easier for you. If you know what school you want to study at, then you can check their list of agents. Here's some tips. You should find a school that you want to study at first and then choose the agent from their list. This is safer because you know that they're a recommended agent. But if you do it the other way, if you choose an agent first, then most likely what will happen is you'll end up going to a school that agent represents. So they won't show you all of the schools, and you will not get to choose from all of the schools, but you will get to choose from the schools that they recommend. So more tips: speak to more than one agent. Okay, do your research. Make sure you select an experienced agent. Find out how long they've been an agent for. Check the agent's credentials. Go to their website, find out about them, see if they have any testimonials, see if they have any bad reports, and ask about costs. Make sure you are clear about all the costs involved and all the charges. Okay. Next, finding an education agent. Okay, so this is probably the best place to go, this website here. If you scroll down, you will find this section here where you can search by country, and you can enter in a search term here, and it will give you some results. Another option is to go to Google and enter in some terms like Queensland, find TAFE education agent, or whatever state you're studying in. Or you might be trying to find a university education agent or a secondary school education agent. Okay, if you're looking for public school agents, here's an example here. This is the ACT government website, and it shows you all of the country agents here. Now you could do this for any state. You could look up the state government website and then try and find their education agents. Next is TAFEs. So if you do a search for TAFEs, you will see each state will have an agents page. So this is an example for Queensland TAFE. If you scroll down here, you will see you can enter in a country or a city, and that will give you the agents in that city. So for example, if you're from Denmark, you could write Denmark and hit enter, and you'll get a result there. And for universities, you'll do the same. You could find the university you were interested in. This example here is the University of South Australia. And go to their education agent page. And here you can see you can refine the search. You can choose the country, state, or the agent name. You can search by agent name, and it will give you a list of recommended agents. Okay, more tips. So if you are unsure, use an agent. Always consider your needs and make sure that the agent is meeting your needs. Okay, don't let the agent try and push you around and tell you what to do. You tell the agent what to do. Most agents are free because they make a commission off the schools. That's how they make their money. Later on, when you pay the school, then you'll be paying the fees that way. Research as many options as possible because you want to make sure that your agent is really helping you out and that you find the best agent. And make sure that your agent is accredited and qualified. So there are lists of qualified agents that you can search, and I showed you one earlier. Agents, they usually represent a few schools, so they will not offer you the full range of schools available. They'll probably only offer you the schools that they are associated with. So like I said earlier, it's best to choose the school and then go to their list of agents and use the school's agents that are associated with that school. Okay, next topic, avoiding problems with education agents. Some agents, they do not do the right thing. It happens all the time. Well, not a lot, but it happens. So these are the things you must do first when you're dealing with an agent. Only use an agent that is recommended or supported by the school that you want to study at. Okay? If you don't do that, then it's your risk, but doing it this way is safer. You need to understand all the fees and charges before signing a contract. Make sure you ask all the questions, make sure you read it properly before you sign the contract and get the total cost. Make sure you get a receipt for any payments that you make to the agent. And you need to ask as many questions about the course as possible. And they must be able to explain about the course and about the school. If they can't, then try and find another agent. And what should you ask the agent about themselves? Ask them about their business. Ask them about their website. Ask them about the contacts they have and connections they have. Okay, so to get an idea of who you're dealing with. If you have a problem, you need to do this. All right. If you have a problem with your agent, you need to do this. Any unlawful activity, report it to the police. And then if you're not satisfied with the services of your agent, you need to complain. First, the first place that you complain to is the education provider, the school. Okay, so the school, they must respond to complaints within 10 working days. This is by the law. And then if it cannot be resolved by the school, then it must get elevated to external complaints and an appeals process. So for private providers and private schools, you can use the Overseas Students Ombudsman. And for public schools and providers, you just use the State Ombudsman. Okay, and there's the link for them. Okay, the last section here is statistics on education agents in Australia. Okay, so in 2018, 75% of the international students used an agent. So 3/4 of all international students that came to Australia, they used an agent. You can see here in 2018 there was 800,000 enrollments through using an agency. Okay, let's look at the breakdown of school type. So these are in 2018 over here. You can see we have non-award schools, higher educations, VET, vocational schools, normal public schools, and English schools. Okay, this statistic, China and India had the largest numbers of students that used agents. You can see China at the top. They 73% of their total students used an agent. Okay, if you look at Brazil, nearly 92% of them used an agent. And down at the bottom, all countries, 75%. And interesting, the number of agencies in the world that were associated with sending students to Australia is nearly 7,000. Other countries that were most likely to use agents were Brazil, Colombia, and Nepal. And another statistic is that larger agencies tend to send the most amount of students. Large agencies means the number of employees. Since 2014, the number of agents has increased by 27%. And the statistics shows us that there are thousands of agents, like I just showed you before, nearly 7,000. And you can see here that 3,000 are considered small, 3,000 are considered medium, and 200 are considered large. And 70% of the enrollments came from large agencies, that is, agencies with 500 plus employees. And the statistics say that the larger agencies have lower visa rejection rates. You can see here on the far left, they had people that didn't use an agency, there was a 9% rejection rate, as opposed to on the far right, people that used a large agency, there was only a 5% rejection rate. Agency experience, how many years have they been operating? So you can see on the far left, there are nearly a quarter, that's 25%, of all of the agencies have only been operating for 1 year. So they're very new and inexperienced. But if you look on the far right, 15% have been in operation for 8 years or more. So this is a good question to ask your agent. How long have they been operating? How much experience do they have? Okay, so now let's summarize the whole video here. We talked about what does an agent do, the benefits and disadvantages, and how to choose the right agent, and finding an education agent. and how to avoid problems with education agents. And the last section was statistics on education agents in Australia. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the box below, and see you next time. Bye.